Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, where we cannot be killed. Again, we are an Isaac god, and I can keep saying that because we're not going to get the Keeper. So, nothing is ever going to stand in my way. We're going to be Kane with Curse of the Blind, NBSA, the National Basketball Association, 8M8L. What's Association? Well, association is a association. It's an association of associations. It's very simple. I don't know why you're having such a hard time wrapping your fucking thick noodle around it. Not that noodle, though, you sicko. I'm talking about the one you think with, not the one you dink with. Where's this going? I don't know. I'm recording this later than I record most Isaac episodes. Ooh, that means that my brain is in, like... Well, it's insane in the membrane, of course, as Cypress Hill would have you believe. But it's in a different place, you know. In the morning, I'm focused on getting the tasks at hand done. At night, well, I'm mostly focused on making at least a couple of hours go by in between each snack so I don't overeat. That's pretty much the number one priority, you know, once we get past the hour of like 8 or 9 p.m. And it's 9:01 right now. It's not 9:01. Not that that's relevant. The D1. So the first time you roll it, is it something or nothing? Oh, wait, wrong. Yes, okay. The D1, I understand. The D1 we had, if not last run, then like 2 runs ago, and we sort of made it work in an interesting way. Love this curse room, by the way. Sometimes this room variant gives you 3 black cards. This time, instead of giving us 3 black cards, it gave us another weird fish here to have to deal with. Thank you for not being bad trip, although we could have survived it regardless. I would rather not have to deal with it. And then this self-sacrifice room is really just a siren song here. It's a temptation that we don't want to have to deal with. So what's the play with the D1? You use the D1, well, for numerous possible situations. But on the chest, it will double a chest into another chest. Or not double, but, you know, iterate on it. Increment it, that's what I mean to say. So if you have 2 chests, then you get 3 chests. You got 3 chests, then you get 4 chests, as long as there's nothing else on the ground. So, in the early game, I guess if you need a Spirit Heart, try to double a Spirit Heart or increment a Spirit Heart. Screw is fine. If you need a second Joker card or a second 2 of whatever card, dude, 2 Curse of the Blind in a row, it's a little rich, don't you think? Like, I mean, the run is okay, and the first floor didn't screw us. Because of the boss item we got. Oh, like we don't really need to double that. But we actually could, and hear me out here. We could stack up a bunch of those, and then if we find like a Book of Revelations or something like that, we can use them all at once. So, considering we're not doing anything with our full charge, we might as well do that, and continue with that as time goes on here, I suppose, if we have to. But for now, we're also going to consider possibly doubling chests. We need extra bombs as well, but an empty chest will become... Oh, I didn't really want to be here. An empty chest will become another chest if it's the only thing on the room and you use the D1. It's not really as complicated as I'm leading you to believe, perhaps, right now. Again, I sort of feel like we might as well double the battery charge. It's basically storing the full charge so that we can use it later. It really is like the perfect use of a battery. We're taking our existing power and then putting it into a storage area that we can then access later when we need it. Happy to have that. Still surprised that we don't have any bombs, but that's alright. I mean, if you can't get through a second floor without taking red heart damage, like... That's a necessary skill if you want to consistently do well in Isaac. So, I'm certainly feeling like we have that skill. Perfect timing. But so be it. So what we should have done, instead of getting way greedy, is take this, go to the shop, and then, of course, buy a Spirit Heart. But instead, what I'm going to do is throw good money after bad, which basically means... Hey, we've already fucked it up, so why play ideally? Instead, let's make sure that we get another nickel to at least make sure that the investment that we squandered was worth squandering. And we could, I mean, it's still just a 1 in 3 chance that we get a deal with the devil. It's not that bad. It's not 50-50, but it's not that bad. You can still beat the odds. We didn't, though. So we get an HP upgrade, which is fine, because then let's come in here. And if there's spirit hearts, we can double those. Beautiful. So we'll just grab these. I mean, we shouldn't have taken them both, because we could have gotten so many more nickels out of this, but yeah, that was actually a fairly substantial misplay. That misplay could have cost us like 20 cents. That's around the point where I start to go, we can't just make cute about that. That's a genuine mistake. Similarly, could have made a bunch of bombs here. Instead, it seems like I'm committed to just leaving the battery charges on the ground for effectively no reason. But this is where we can get spirit hearts, perhaps. Or bombs, at least. Do we want more bombs right now? Just because we're on the room, I'm going to make more bombs. So let's get 4 bombs out of this. Then pick this up. We have more battery charges left still. So I'm still not feeling bad. Like, we should be able to get leverage out of this. Because we have a battery charge. What if you blow these guys up? We got plenty of bombs for now. Duplicate that. And then leave them on the ground. But we should be able to get some more money out of this. We haven't completely squandered it. So go pick this up. There was another tinted rock somewhere. I might want 5 cents more than I want the individual spirit hearts. Like, I'd like 1 spirit heart. Where was the other tinted rock? Am I losing it? Maybe it was 1 room over. Yeah, okay. Try something like that. So I think maybe I'll double 1 spirit heart. That way we have 2. Come back here. Grab this. This hasn't taken us very long, in all honesty. Now, if only we'd done this in a little different order so that we could still guarantee ourselves the deal with the devil. But either way, we're at 29 cents, so we have more consumables than we could really care about right now. All because of these battery charges that luckily just dropped into the world and got copied regardless. So it's not really like we made an amazing play, but... So we're going to try to buy a lot here, to be honest with you. We're going to buy this. 2 of clubs. We're going to buy this. Charge Baby is fine. Poke-Go is also exactly fine. And then my thinking is that we actually use the 2 of clubs almost like it's a blank card. So every time we get a full charge, we drop 2 of clubs and then duplicate it with the D1. It's a little weird, but I like it. And this should allow us to get to 99 cents. And I still, like... I don't fully know if I'm using the D1 properly, or if I'm using the D1 suboptimally, or if I'm inventing, you know, completely new techniques that nobody's ever seen before with this item. But, you know, I'm doing my best to figure out what it is that makes this item tick, and we're gonna roll with it. It's good to stay at a half heart down, by the way. That way, if a red heart falls, we can pick it up on a room that we want to duplicate something else on. Although we really have the ability to duplicate on whatever room we want because we're holding the 2 of clubs, so it's also fair. So this room's not really worth duplicating. I don't know, like, if I really want to take a pill at this point, in Ibiza or otherwise. At least we got that guy. These champions are super annoying because everything on this room is tanky as hell. Like, especially that guy, obviously, but should be done. I don't want to use any bombs yet either, and we're fine on keys, so I'm not going to worry about that. Just keep moving yourself onwards and upwards here. This floor is going to be quiet, but the idea is that maybe for the next floor we'll be in a better position. Get out of your noisy cricket. So actually, like, we don't really care if we duplicate a battery charge. It doesn't cost us anything except, like, a little bit of time. So if you want to duplicate a battery charge, that's fine by me. Let's get up to 8 bombs. The faster we can get up to 99, the faster we can basically say that we don't give a shit about having 2 of clubs anymore. Basically because it's exhausted its use. Like, that was already huge right there. But remember, every doubling is worth all of the doublings that you just did put together. Like, it took us 4 doublings to get from 2 to 16. It'll take us 1 to add 16 on top of that. So, you know, we're only like 3 doublings away from from being at the cap. So it really isn't going to take us too long as we do things appropriately. And 99 bombs gives us a lot of offensive flexibility in particular, so I am excited about that. And still we continue to find ways to make the D1 interesting. For an item that I previously have looked at and been like, you know, especially like early on in the Afterbirth Plus days, looked at and been like, I don't really get it. Now I understand this item completely. It's a blank card, it's a placebo, it's simultaneously like better than those and worse than those. It's better because it's more versatile, and it's worse because it's, well, you're not gonna like that I'm about to say, but it's less versatile as well. Because you have to have, you know, what you want, and you have to make sure that you can isolate it by itself, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, you know, there's 32 bombs. We really only need to double it one more time. And now that we got hot bombs, that's even better. Because, well, we need to double it 2 more times, but we really only need to use the D1 to double the card itself 1 more time. And then we can use the card. You might say, why not keep it? Because if you get to 99 bombs, you know, you want to use them. Well, you're right, but, like, also, once we get up to that point, we're fairly unlikely to ever need more bombs. That was bad. He avoided the fire? I swear, these are the smartest enemies in the fucking game, man. So we have a 100% deal with the Devil Chance, and we're surprisingly not too much slower than Boss Rush right now. Please. So I think the big play... I'd like to keep Boss Rush still alive as, like, a possible option for ourselves. We just need to be over 50 bombs on our next doubling, which is, like, the exceptionally easiest thing that I could possibly muster right now. I can't use, like, 10 bombs on the Bighorn fight. I think I can get away with that. Mind you, I am mildly tempted, because I hate this guy. But he's dead already, so no harm, no foul. No, oh, it's an XL floor. So we have 1 more item room. Alright, 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 alright. Throw down 2 of clubs. Double it up. 64 bombs. Grab this. Battery charge? I don't think you ever get a battery charge there. We want to start doubling dimes if possible. Which also means we have extra time on this floor. What's this card? Chariot. I'm just going to use it. I want to get as much off of the ground as I actually can. Again, we just need to stay over 50 bombs now to make sure our next doubling works, so... Yeah, if we get... The problem with doubling dimes, though, it's great up front. You know, you get 10 cents every time it works, but it's way less reliable because you can't actually carry it with you, so... You know, 2 of diamonds, despite being substantially worse the first time we use it and just equal the second time we use it, would outclass it, like, by an order of magnitude, basically, after that point, so... We definitely want Sin Robes, and it gives us enough HP that I feel like we can take Demon Baby as well. And I'll take Pageant Boy here. We really want to be out of here by like 13 and a little bit, 13 and change. If we want to make sure that we have a chance at Boss Rush, but it's semi-irrelevant. I mean, Boss Rush is really just, it's, i.e., it adds a little bit of enjoyment for me, a little bit of emerging gameplay, if you will, to try to do Boss Rush. And it's kind of like a feather in your cap, where you're like, well, look at me, I'm so good. So many people online say not every run is a Boss Rush run, but then look at this. This run's a Boss Rush run, I must be very good. But I'm going to stop using that voice, because I understand that it's probably quite annoying. You get the idea. It's mostly bragging rights, and sometimes... You know, the extra item can be worthwhile. Plus, it's just a cool sort of extra thing to shoot for. I mean, I like Maggie's Faith. It's a great trinket in many situations. Now that we have 99 bombs, we can basically use as many bombs as we want. Always. Because every 4 rooms, as long as we don't use 10 bombs per room, every 4 rooms will get 50 bombs, at least. Well, 50 bombs at most, I suppose. We'll get back to maximum bombs, is what I mean to say. I'm wording this in a, you know, it's a less than greater than issue. We do wanna do this, I think. Yes. Now, Tammy's head is not as cool as the D1, and we've had it way more often. But part of graduating from the I finally understand how to use this item university is you have to compete with the other items that, you know, are no longer being disadvantaged based on the fact that I'm trying to make something special happen. And I really like Tammy's head. Like, Tammy's head is going to be dope for us in terms of, like, speeding through rooms, which is very relevant to my interests. But we get Tammy's head enough. If we had a slightly worse item, in a heartbeat. But, you know, how can I disrespect the item that's given us, just walk into the fire. Just do it, dude. Save me the trouble. How can I disrespect the item that's given us 99 bombs and stands to give us more? Kind of a big whiff. I am eagerly awaiting, though, the possibility of having something a little greater on the damage front. Like, we're not poor right now in terms of our damage. We're just not particularly rich. And, like, the battery charges are fine, but I'm trying to get out of here, dude. I'm trying to make some progress, you know? So we definitely do not want Plan C. That's, like, not even an option. That's a huge whiff. But, like, I had to try something, because we don't care about, Plan C. We don't need a key. We don't need a battery charge, necessarily. Like, there we go. Finally. Try to throw these down in an area where they can actually deal some... Okay, I fucked it up, but that's alright. I'm actually getting a little low on HP. I was hoping to buy a Spirit Heart from the shop, but... Okay, well, I mean, you see the value here. I don't really need to use the D1 here. We'll try to use it on the dime, even though it's like a 1 in 3 shot. So, I would say Boss Rush is basically not likely. That's a very polite way to put it. Not gonna fucking happen is a little bit more along the lines of what I was thinking. Come on. What? But okay. I'll just take 2 for now. I want to... there's no chance we make it the Boss Rush, dude. Come on. Come on. We also don't need to double the dime. We're at 21 cents, and we can essentially manufacture money whenever we need to. Health up. That's great. Something's wrong is apparently good, even though I don't see it. And another bomb for a bomb to bang the bang dicky. Just looking for Magic Mush. Like, it's an ask. It's unlikely. When you get it, it's usually an accident, but... worth looking for, at least, and don't really care about a second secret room, so we'll just move along here. Yeah, like, we have a great run from a utility standpoint, and then just, like, an okay run from an actually shooting enemies in the face standpoint. Anytime you can make it through that room, though, relatively easily, it feels good. Yeah, it's a very common secret room location. I thought the shot for sure would get blocked by the fire. Okay, in hindsight, should probably pick up the pill before you double it. It turns out that having 2 range down pills is not necessarily a positive. I mean, to be fair, having 2 range up pills is not really a positive. The pill is kind of garbage most of the time. Although, you know, with range of 15.75, as much as I hate to say it, we actually could make do with a range upgrade or 2. We're gonna have to kill one of the, like, DVD screensavers in here, so... keep that in mind. Might as well double this. Again, the only reason to use the doubling power on the, 2 of clubs is to get back to 99 bombs, but we have 33 more bombs before we have to really concern ourselves with that. This run feels like it's waiting for a place to happen. Like, this run just graduated from college last summer, and it's like, you know, it hasn't really figured out what it's going to do. It's just sort of taking a year to figure itself out, but does that mean it's really doing thinking, or are you just living your life, you know, trying to see if some opportunity falls into your lap? Like, sure, we'd like to go, like, get our masters in getting Brimstone or Mom's Knife or something like that, but Are we going to do that just sitting around here? Maybe. I mean, opportunities present themselves in mysterious ways sometimes. Now that we have restock, we actually can get, like, a lot of items. Range down. Bad guess. X-lax. Well, I'm not going to blow up my donation machine to give me a better chance at getting the 9-volt when I think the D1, it doesn't really need to be used more often. Like, if it serialized well in that way, I could understand it, but it doesn't seem like using the D1 more often. Like, does using it twice as often make it twice as good? I don't know. I kind of feel like we have as many uses of it as we can possibly use right now. Getting 99 cents would change our life a little. Getting the 99 keys would probably affect it not at all. And we're already at 99 bombs, so... But, I guess on the chest, it might be useful. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, there we go, though. Okay, so Black Rune. We want to double it in case our items on this floor suck. And actually, again, it's a blank rune. Well, it's not it's a blank card plus a rune. If we carry Black Rune with us wherever we go, we can always make a duplicate whenever we have a charge. That's actually pretty good. Black Rune is in many ways actually better than Void. In some ways it's worse, because you can't actually steal spacebar effects, but in some ways it's better, because instead of stealing shitty spacebar effects, you actually get a stat boost out of it. And even a bad stat boost is better than, like, just hypothetically, you know, throwing a TNT barrel on the ground. Pardon me. So that was a range upgrade. Not good, but not terrible. Again, 20 keys is plenty for the rest of the game. 20's plenty. We're going to carry Black Rune, and we're going to use Black Rune much in the same way that we've used Tammy's Head. So, or not Tammy's Head. Don't remind me. We're going to use Black Rune much in the same way that we've used Two of Clubs so far. So I'm going to come back, and I'm going to grab Two of Clubs, use it once because, hey, that's still 16 bombs. I don't want to, you know, kick it out of bed for eating crackers here. 16 bombs is worth something, especially when we got hot bombs that also are glitter bombs. Check in and see. We got explosives that look glittery. Come on, baby, don't you do more than dance, because they're, sing it with me, hot bombs. Hot bombs. You just hit the other enemy. You got such good AI when you're hitting me. When you try to hit the other enemy, it's like pulling freaking teeth or something. So we're going to throw a Black Rune down. There's a Black Rune on the rise. I feel duplicated vessels. There you go. You got something there. I feel repurposed items. I feel Northernlion's using the D1 wrong just so he can spite 'em. Don't give this vid a like, 'cause it's bound to take your life. There's a Northern on the rise. There's a Black Rune on the rise. You get the idea, though. You see that's Credence Clearwater Revival. Now, if you just not give me a consumable, beautiful, thank you. I really appreciate that, because that allows us to create another Black Rune on the ground. And, you know, I don't know if this is ever going to prove useful. We might as well have a bunch of them, though. Probably overkill, but it's not like we're using our D1 for anything else. I walked right into that. Okay, this is like, if there is a merciful lord out there, the run is good, don't get me wrong. However, just give me a deal with the devil here that has like a high damage item. I would even say the run has been fair, but our DPS is just sort of horrible for this stage in the game, so we did not get a deal with the devil. But we do get PJs, and then I just walked and lost some HP. So I figured we'd take PJs, because it's okay at the very least, but George is getting a little upset. We missed our 17 or 14% chance at a deal with the devil, and then of course, we miss our 70% chance at a deal with the devil. Having a 14% chance is my own fault. Having a 70% chance and then not getting it is the game being a dick. That's just how the science works. I'm sorry if they feel differently. Why not make that 70% chance a 100% chance if you really want to tilt things in my direction here? This could be the start of something great or also very disappointing. Okay, addicted, great pill. At least we took addicted earlier so we didn't take it in here. Don't come around tonight, it's bound to take your life. There's a black rune on the rise. There we go. So, I've lost patience for parts of this run. I'm going to effectively explode everything. We have 99 bombs. I'm assuming that, you know, I always get myself concerned. Well, am I saving enough bombs for retirement? Who gives a shit? We won't. It's highly probable that our run is either going to be fucked or set in stone by the time we get to the cathedral. So, I don't care, like, in the least. The luck up is so good. I don't care in the least if we, don't have bombs left for the cathedral. They're so much more likely to make an impact now than they are later. Now, don't take that as anti-retirement saving. Like, that metaphor didn't really fit because, you know, you should save for retirement, in my opinion. Just throwing that out there. I know it's a controversial thought. If you have the ability, at least, you know? Put some money away for a rainy day. Gain 7% on average year over year in an index fund that tracks the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. I'm just throwing it out there as a plausible, sensible option based on what we know about how the markets work. I am not a financial advisor. But bombs, who cares, dude? It's a video game. What's the point of having these bombs if we ain't gonna use them? That was bad. I'm not making more blank runes, by the way, because we have battery charges. So we can make blank runes before the boss fight already if we want. And believe you me, I am the most tempted boy. I would love to just finish this freaking floor up here. As much as that would be something that would make me feel good temporarily, it might lead to me losing. And if we've already put in 25 minutes of people having a little bit of sympathy for us because the run has been slow, but we've mostly played pretty well, let's not squander that for effectively no reason. Let's hold it together for a bit. We got a great Pokemon familiar with us as well, by the way. Oh, Lusty Blood, you just take. You don't Black Rune that. That's a great item. And, I mean, I'll tell you what. Let's try this Two of Clubs. It's not necessary. Two of Hearts. It's not necessary. I think we should... Right, that's a real fire. I think we should screw with our donation machine and buy the map. We owe it to ourselves to buy this map. And then we'll get the hell out of Dodge. Dude, why? Like, I don't understand. That was very close. Why you gotta be like this, Run? The 1 tiers upgrade we got from the first floor, 6.23 damage. It's not an equitable, you know, run for us to have this late in the game. That is so good, though. Don't even try to tell me freaking Pokego compensates for it, by the way. It's, I mean, Lusty Blood compensates for it, admittedly. Pokego doesn't do shit. So we're gonna grab the Polaroid. I think we should double Black Rune right now. Because if it doubles a battery, which it did, we can just keep doing this until we get Black Rune. So it's like really... I mean, we could even do it again, but it doesn't really make sense. Just in case we wanted to suck up one of these items. But we don't want to suck up one of these items. We want to pick up both of these items. Debatable whether or not Guppy's Collar is worth it. Yeah, don't use Black Rune. If you use it there, it's going to suck up the Black Rune. Turn it into a penny. Okay, at least we can freaking see where we're going. And Pentagram gives us a base damage boost, but really, like, we're just looking for the first enemy down, which gives us a huge... That's addicted. It gives us a huge damage increase. Well, I mean, each one gives us, like, roughly the same damage increase, plus 6. But, like, just every single one helps, you know? It's a runaway feedback loop here. I stand by Guppy's collar, actually, in hindsight as well. Because I think that it's valuable for us to have the ability to come back from the dead. I hope that it doesn't actually factor into this run, but I think there's a decent chance it could, so... Alright, so what's the game plan right now? We are going to use the D1 to double Spirit Hearts and Black Runes. And then beyond that, this feels wrong. Oh, it's right. Okay. My own fault, but still, fuck you, game. Beyond that, we're also going to try to use bombs to take out the early stages of... This is good. To take out the early stages of rooms. This is a tough one. I think we should just take the Spirit Heart. And then we can double Black Rune, like, right now. That's the wrong way to do that, but that's okay. We'd rather double it in the next room, I guess. If we can, because, this might give us a chance to get a... like, a red heart on the ground or something like that. But my theory is, by doubling the Black Rune in this room, we can then use a Black Rune on the deal with the devil, and... Wait, no, you don't understand, Self. You fucked it up. Because if I had... What I was worried about is, oh, I want to take the item out of the black... take the item out of the devil room and use the Black Rune on it, but I won't be able to do that. Because we'll have to leave to get our other Black Rune, but we could have just gone into the devil room first and then used the Black Rune there and then walked out. You get the idea. Anyway, it's HP, so we want it anyway. Apparently, once you get Black Rune, like, you never... Look. Will want to get rid of it. Okay, we're gonna go all the way down here to this side. We're very low on HP. I've taken a pretty decent amount of shit damage on this run. Wouldn't disagree with that. I do think that the run has been a little unkind, considering how much we've, like, gussied it up to make it look good. It's not a terrible run, but, like, I'm still using the, like, little... It's not little chubby. It's big chubby? I can't remember the name of this item. I'm still using that to deal damage, which is slightly embarrassing. Maybe it's embarrassing for the other reason, though, that I should recognize that my tiers are so much better. And bombs, of course. Didn't quite get them. Golden chest we have to mess with here. Obviously, tinted rocks are valuable as well. Hello? What in the world hit me there? This, like, Curse of Darkness creep, dude. This Curse of Darkness widow. What the hell hit me there? More damage, please. Thank you. Okay, just one left. This is a scary situation. We could die against Mom's heart. I hope we don't. I'm gonna do my damnedest not to. Looking for secret rooms. Looking for spirit hearts. I've probably... Now you think back and, you know, it's like an Enya only time situation. It's like a montage of all the tinted rocks that I probably missed over the course of this episode are just staring me in the face. This is perfect. This is actually perfect. Suck up the IV bag. Look at that. Luck and speed. But it sucked up the Black Rune. And it up jumped the boogie. I even foreshadowed that like a floor ago. Like, don't suck that up. You'll never get it back. So, that was stupid. But we do have one more play for survival. And the play is... honestly, we could use a different trinket. The play is very simple. Use... Oh, I hate when those things don't spawn until you're fucking halfway into the room. The play is very simple. Use golden bombs, or glitter bombs, sorry, to create red hearts, sure. like we did there and probably saved our entire run. Or Spirit Hearts. I mean, we got a lot of bombs. There's 81 potential consumables. Even a couple of Spirit Hearts out of those will get the job done. Yeah, no deal, and that's fair. I almost just blew myself up to heal. That was last run, I think, where we had the ability to do that, so it should tell you a little bit about where I feel about this run right now, but sure, thank you. Yeah, much appreciated. Thanks a lot. Okay, well, it really just comes down to survival at this point, and there's something very freeing about that. Mind you, Black Rune wasn't really killing it for us to begin with. So I don't feel too bad about that. And I don't pin any of this run on the D1. Although, if we had Tammy's head, it's not like... Yeah. Well, but if we... You know what? Just use it. I don't pin any of this run on the D1. Although, if we had taken Tammy's head, it's sort of anti-synergistic with Lusty Blood in that we'd be using... I don't know why they all get sent to the wrong side, but look, I can't finish a train of thought right now, so if you'll excuse me, I'm just gonna fight this guy. Basically what I was gonna say is, we're using Tammy's head. Tammy's head does a lot of damage, certainly, yes, but also we'd be using it when it does the least amount of damage possible because we wouldn't have had Lusty Blood bonuses yet. Yeah, I know that Angel Fetus has got to go, dude. Don't get me wrong. Even though, you know, somehow we all gotta go, but as long as we leave in thieving, we'll be leaving with some kind of dough. So, until that day I expire and turn to vapor, me and my capos will be somewhere stacking plenty papers, keeping it real, packing steel, getting high. This life's a bitch and then you die. Well, we can't afford to take this, I suppose. Or can we not afford not to take this? We're briefly safe. Yeah, good bomb. Good bomb. Guaranteeing that he gets another crack at the kingdom here. At least he stood in the fire. Seems like a good time to remind you that I ain't ever scared. Except, like, a little bit right now. Stay fresh, pony boy. That's not... Stay golden, that's what he says. Look, it's been a while since I read The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton, okay? I'm more of an R.C. Cola guy. No! No! You mustn't! That was a little close. Ah! Come on, you motherfuckers. Alright, we're a god. We did it. Double the right thing, please. Well, first, let's see. Okay, double the right thing. You doubled entirely the wrong thing. Oh, you fucking dick. Yeah, 3 faded Polaroids. Every time I look, it makes me laugh. Except it's probably my demise. If I live, it'll be a surprise. Oh, Nickelback song. So I figured, like, I guess we're just not gonna use the D1. And instead, we're just gonna blow up every single blue fire. All those bombs from 6 floors ago are paying dividends. Also, all those memories from leaving out the back door. And then there's something, and there's something, and they're looking for... I mean, that song was on the radio when I was coming back from high school. I mean, yeah, just be honest with you. Like, even back in the day, I was in 11th grade, I was quite snobby. When will the local radio station play Apologies for the Queen Mary by Wolf Parade? Apologies for the Queen Mary by Wolf Parade is an album. I know! When will they play it? You can't handle my indieist rock. That is no longer really indie in this day and age, I suppose. But, it would leave you in the ground. Don't do that. You don't want to be there. So this is hell. This is a hell of our own creation. Get out of here, you freaking jerks. You didn't need to do that, by the way. We could have taken that to the next floor. Blowing it up still would have just given us consumables, probably, but could have maybe tried to get something. So we want to double this, or iterate on it, so we can get one extra item. Just anything with HP associated with it. I mean, in a way, Taurus sort of does. So what's the game plan now? I mean, not getting hit twice by 2 ghosts would have been pretty sweet. I wish we'd thought of that. Wait, what healed us? Something healed us. And as maybe it was Taurus, but it may have just won us the run by healing us. Now, this run, I just want to point out, was not good. From an offensive standpoint, this was a bad run that we're making work. Sure, we got some cool shit out of the D1. I'll be the first to agree with you on that one. However, don't give me this, wow, you almost squandered a 1 run. We've been living paycheck to paycheck on this one. You know, it's been every spirit heart has been a blessing. Mind you, probably use some of those spirit hearts in a way that is a little less than intelligent, but that's life. Speaking of which, we could be using the D1 to double these, but you know, you just hit this miasma at some point. You're like, what's the point? We're just gonna lose it anyway. Like, it's a psychological factor. That was the greatest Taurus of all time. Wow! Now. And now the game gets to give me credit, right? It gives me mom's knife, and it goes, well, there you go, I let you win. Fuck you, game. We earned this one, dude. And give me a battery charge. See if I give a shit. See if I give a shit. Get positively dusted at some point. Chest. No chest. That's fine. We are going to kill Blue Baby. Oh, we got the ideal. And see, I gave you a charmed gaper on the Blue Baby fight. I'm not all bad. Shut up, troll engine. Freaking Heath Ledger's Joker. Alright, we did it. That was a weird run. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time.